Now, I'd love that you brought up supercompensation, and I know that's been out there for a while. And what I don't know is whether or not that is a researched concept. I know it's a generally understood or believed concept. First of all, can you explain to the listener what is supercompensation, and then let us know if there's anybody that's out there that's actually, to your knowledge, done any research regarding it.
Yeah, and I don't know offhand any clinical studies that we've seen or things like this where there's research papers that are peer reviewed, but I do know the general concept of SRA curve, and I do believe that it's very time tested. So it's one of those when you look at the evidence based,
Yeah.
right? I think it's more of the coach's experience and client outcomes, but the general concept is that we apply enough stimulus or demand on the muscle. So for us, that could be things like the progressive overloading or SAID principle, right? Specific adaptation to impose demands. And once we apply a certain amount of stimulus to the muscle, we break down enough tissue, which drops us, kind of below that line where we've broken down some muscle tissue. So if you look at those three mechanisms of hypertrophy, that'd be exercise-induced muscle damage. Now, once we start that repair process, that's the key. If you're not getting adequate nutrition post-workout, if you're not getting adequate sleep and hydration post-workout, you're not ever going to recover and even get the supercompensation. And I have proven this with client outcomes many, many times on the InBody, where we have, let's say, a member that's maybe doing their own nutrition and training, but they're spot checking on the InBody for skeletal muscle and body fat. And I see it all the time. They work really hard for 3 months. We put them back on the InBody. They're down 10 pounds, but 8 of those 10 pounds were muscle.
Yeah.
And I start the conversation, what are you doing intra and post workout? Well, I don't have anything. And then I wait until I get home, and 3 hours later, I eat a whole food meal. And so they're never getting the super compensation.